Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, October 27th, 2019. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as well as head on over to twitch.tv/Otaku Showboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. US Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Twitter at Otaku Showboat. Visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Become a patron on Patreon at patreon.com/Otaku Showboat. And join my Discord server, the link to which is below in the description, as well as links to all of the other social things. You can also help support Pyanodon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyanodon. Now, normally I would have asked a question of the day, but well, I don't have one, and in general, people don't really answer all that often. Only very rarely do people answer the question of the days anyway, so I think we're just going to not have the question of the days going forward. However, we still have some housekeeping stuff to discuss at the beginning of each of these streams. Now, it being Halloween this coming week, today after the stream at some point I will be doing pumpkin carving. I have, actually right in front of me, I have printed out a couple of stencils. I'm not going to show them because these are stencils that are not for resale or distribution, for personal use only, but I will say that they are through thepumpkinlady.com. Stencils from the Pumpkin Lady. One is called Ghost Hosts, and the other one is the name on the other one, yes, Dragon Strike. So Ghost Hosts and Dragon Strike from thepumpkinlady.com. Those are the stencils that I will be using for the pumpkins this year. Last year I did one pumpkin. This year, since we managed to go to the store on a day that had pumpkins on sale for $2 each, we decided to get two. Last year I did a wolf carving, which people enjoyed the wolf carving. It was a wolf howling with a big moon background. So essentially, the background was the moon with the silhouette of the wolf howling. So yeah, that one turned out well. Had people that were stopping by that gave compliments about the carving. I think people just are too lazy to carve pumpkins these days, and it's sort of dropped off. So the people that do still carve pumpkins, end up getting compliments that they've taken the time to actually carve pumpkins. And I have, while my hands are not steady, I at least have the precision to do pumpkin carving. So that will ideally go just fine. But it will be taking the rest of my afternoon, which is why I did recording that I usually was going to do this afternoon. I would normally record Autonauts on the Sunday afternoon. I did that yesterday. It was a odd day yesterday overall in terms of the usual schedule, because I also do my grocery shopping on Saturdays, and we had to go a little bit later in the day. So, anyway, carving today. That's going to be fun, and then we're going to have a whole bunch of roasted pumpkin seeds to eat through for a long time. A long time. I know that one pumpkin's worth of seeds was enough to last like weeks after I did that, and yeah, so this new set this time is 2 pumpkins, and that will be a mission. Getting through all of those, especially since I'm basically the only one that will eat the pumpkin seeds in this household. So, going into streaming stuff, Thursdays, Halloween, it is a day that I stream. It is Morrowind on that day. Because it is Halloween, I will be wearing my costume that I will also be wearing when the trick-or-treaters come by, which is my red panda kigurumi. I've had this red panda kigurumi for a long time, since like 2015-ish. It's been a while. It's been a while. Bought it from ThinkGeek when ThinkGeek actually still existed. Cough, cough. Bought it from them. Expensive, even then. So yeah, I'll be wearing my red panda kigurumi. It's not like really red per se. It's more like tan, tan, tan panda rather than actual red panda. Um, so yeah, you'll get to see that if you show up to the Thursday stream. Now, and on to more logistical type stuff. So Patreon, I had some issues with Patreon Discord integration this past week that has now been resolved. Contacted Patreon support. They pretty much immediately came back with the fix to the issue. As it turns out, their bot really hates having any other roles assigned to it besides the ones that it needs by default. Basically, if it has any other role besides the roles that it needs, the two roles that it needs, if any other like role is assigned to the bot that gives it additional roles, it just breaks. It just breaks. So if you have a bot that automatically assigns a role on entry to the server, you have immediately broken your Patreon bot. Excellent design, folks at Patreon. That is such a good design principle to have that be a thing. Like, there is no excuse for that to be a thing in the first place. Like, who was smoking something when making that code? Like, why? Why why would it break if it has additional permissions? What? Why would it break with additional permissions? Like, that makes no sense. But it's a thing, apparently. So, removing all of the roles that it would have otherwise had, it now works. The integration now works on the website. So, all of the tier rewards now have the access to the Discord with giving the most the cosmetic at the moment is just purely cosmetic Patreon role. So that has returned. The Twitch also, I want to say, I now also have Discord integrated with Twitch. So now if you are a Twitch subscriber and you have joined the Discord, if you have Discord and Twitch linked together, you will get a cosmetic role in my server for being a Twitch subscriber. Now, if you are both a Twitch subscriber and you are a Patreon supporter, the Patreon supporter cosmetic color will take precedence over any Twitch sub role, and that's just because Patreon has a lot less fees. I see more of the cash that is provided in Patreon than through Twitch subs. Like, can't be any clearer than that. You get more. I get more out of a Patreon tip or patronage subscription than I do out of any Twitch sub, because Twitch keeps half of that, and any Twitch Prime sub is $2.50 for a Prime sub is what I see out of that. Now, I have added a tier to Patreon, which is a new $3 tier, which is like It's just even better ad forgiveness. That's all that it is. There's essentially no difference between the $3 tier and the $1 tier. It's just you're giving more. The key thing about that $3 tier, though, is that it's less expensive than getting a Twitch sub, and I get more money out of it than a Twitch sub. Like, what? Yeah, so I actually see more out of that $3 than I would out of a $5 Twitch sub, which is, yeah, that's a thing that exists. Of course, with Patreon, you don't get the benefits of the Twitch sub, which is the emotes. But apparently, there's going to be ways if you're active at some point to just unlock people's sub emotes at some point. So, I mean, I think eventually that's going to be a thing. That's what they talked about this year at this year's TwitchCon or something like that. This new feature where active people will be able to accrue some sort of points to unlock sub emotes for themselves. So, eh, eh. Speaking of which, come to my Discord server and leave ideas, like suggest ideas for emotes. I need a T2 and a T3 sub emote to fill those slots, and yeah, help, give me ideas for those. I need those ideas. Join my Discord. Give me ideas for that. Um, Also, I did have someone actually join at that $3 tier yesterday, which has officially put me above that $25 goal that I had set, my next Patreon goal. So initially it was 15. That covers the cost of the monthly equivalent payment for my website hosting, which, by the way, that renewal is coming up in November. The next goal was 25, and at 25, I said, you know what, I'm going to make a thank you video at 25 per month through Patreon, and we've now officially hit it. Note that Patreon takes into account fees on the goals section. So the goals and the value that's displayed as the amount of income on the Patreon page, the public facing values, are after Patreon's initial flat fee that they take. So it's after that fee, but it does not take into account like the fee to withdraw and stuff like that. So it's not all the fees, it's an estimate, but it's still a lot more reflective of the actual income coming in to the person after some fees. Which is why, even though the first patron I had who decided to provide $25 in October, we shall see if they keep it next week, or this coming week, going into the first when the next charge happens. But regardless, that was 25 for that person. They are anonymous at this point. That did not trigger the goal, basically, because it takes into account the fees. Now that I have two more subs, one at $1, one at $3, and both of those subs are on my Discord now with their cosmetic roles, it has met that $25 goal. So now I will be recording a thank you video. It'll be a thank you video, of course, for Patreon subs, but it'll also be a broader thank you to all of my viewers and supporters out there. And maybe I'll talk about what a bit about the future goals and what the future has in store for us going forward in that video. So expect that at some point this week. Today's tutorial video for Pyanodon's mods is going to be the rare earth oxide chain, rare earth processing. Pretty short video, very short, like, written tutorial. We've seen a lot of this stuff before in these chains. We should know how these chains work by now. Next tutorial is optical fiber, I think. Oh, yeah, I have to actually go in. I need to make an edit. to the written guide because I'm realizing I forgot to actually write what the next guide is going to be or update what the next guide is going to be because I like template these guides a bit. A bit. You may or may not have noticed times that I have missed pieces to replace. I eventually catch it, but yeah, anyway. Uh, yeah, so the next one will be optical fiber chain, I think. And that will then go into like p-dope silicon or etching solution, something along those lines. Um, Not p-dope silicon, but just doped silicon in general will have its own video. Anyway, that I think is that. Another thing to note, getting into the actual Factorio content now, actual craft time, the mod, has been updated. It has finally been updated, and you know what? It no longer needs the fixes that I have presented for it. So it no longer needs to have those two specific lines edited. In fact, actual craft time appears to have undergone an entire code refactor. It still works with existing saves, so at least there's that. But it's still somewhat borked. Here's why. It applies mining productivity to all recipes now. So if you are using actual craft time, there is a bug in it that applies mining productivity to all recipes. So the output of every single recipe in actual craft time is adjusted by your mining productivity bonus. It shouldn't be doing that. And I looked at the code, I discovered why it's doing that. It's because they define a function that includes in its formula to do that calculation, mining productivity, and then they use that function for every type of recipe when they should actually have two separate functions, one with that mining productivity and one without that mining productivity, and then just use the one with the product mining productivity for the mining drills. Like, they should only be using that for the mining drills. Although I don't know, does mining productivity get used on pump jacks? I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, I did a fix myself. You can find the code for that on the actual craft time mod page itself. I added it into the discussion section. I made a new topic saying this is a problem right now. Here's a way to fix it until it gets updated. So it's just so unfortunate that you still need to go in and make another edit just to get it to work fully correctly. But yeah, so it's changed. It looks a bit different now. It no longer has the like extra inserter information on it, so it's a bit of a smaller UI now. But yeah, we'll see it when I load up the game. Also, changes to Pyanodon's mods have been happening. There's a new pump jack recipe using drilling fluid 1 and small parts to make saline water. It's a good recipe. I wanna toss that out there. It's a good recipe. It's a really good recipe to get saline. One that I am interested in actually setting up at some point. I am in the process of designing a blueprint for that off screen. Good morning, Jessa. Good morning. I am just about finished and ready to begin. I was just talking about the changes in the Pi suite that have happened. A is the intro of the pump jack method of getting saline water. B is that tier 3 modules now require circuit 4s because someone on the forums said it should use circuit 4s instead of circuit 3s, and Pyanodon agreed to it. So, F you, person who suggested that. F you into oblivion. You just updated PyMods and it has an error. Uh-oh. What now? What has happened? Am I going to error? Let me bring up the game. We're ready to actually start the game. What has error? Is there error? What has error? Unless this update happened within the past minutes since I last checked. Let us see. Do we have error on load after seeing what the updates are? 20 minutes ago was an update. Oh gosh. Which one? Let's see as soon as this finishes loading its sprites. Come on, load your sprites. There you go. Mods, updates. Which one was it? Petrol. Petrol. Alright, let's go into the GitHub and have a look at this one. What is this supposed to do? As of 31 minutes ago. What is this supposed to be? This is supposed to be a fix. Buff in some recipes. What did you do, Pyanodon? Graphics changes. Is the error related to the graphics change? Oh gosh, yeah. I think I have an idea of what this error is. My guess is that it's saying that it can't find the icon small dash parts dash 01, 02, and 03 dot ping. Probably because he, you know, removed the folder that they're actually in. Icon size wrong. Oh. Huh. Interesting. I mean, they're already... Oh. I mean, they're defined as icon size 64. So... Are they being... They're probably being called at a different icon size. So maybe in updating the... Maybe in, quote, fixing to use these new icons, it's now... not actually calling the icons properly. Because the item is defining the icon size as to expect a size 64 image, but are the images actually 32 by 32? That's probably the case. That's probably the case, and yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Now, what was updated in the actual stuff here? Looks like... Okay, so fracking recipes have been updated. The amount of saline water, crude oil, and natural gas have all been increased for fracking recipes. The amount of saline from drilling fluid 1 for fracking has been increased to 6,000 from 4,000 units. The amount of crude oil from fracking with drilling fluid 2 has increased to 3,800 units from 3,500 units. And the amount of natural gas using drilling fluid 3 fracking is now 4,500 units from 4,000. If this update were working, so I'm not going to apply that update. Because I don't feel like mucking about with the actual code to do a temp fix for that. So, today is going to be Super Alloy Day. that's what we're going to be doing today. Super alloy. Oh, it has no. Unfortunately, Pyanodon has not joined us quite yet. I just saw that the viewer count hit 3, and I'm like, is that Pyanodon? Perchance. Pi usually shows up on these days, Sundays. So yeah, this is just changes to actual craft time. Um, so I did a thing. I did a bit of a thing off screen. Actually, I did 3 things. A, I made this blueprint. What is this blueprint? This is molybdenum mining. I am now doing ground boring of molybdenum, making enough of the drilling fluid 3 to feed molybdenum, or we are apparently auto-saving immediately upon loading into the game. Thank you so much. And we're waiting. We're waiting right now, because we are about to get super alloy. This processing of molybdenum in this blueprint ends with placing of molybdenum trioxide. It will end with molybdenum trioxide. So, why do I have this here? This is not actually part of the broader blueprint. This is not part of the broader blueprint right here. So we have super alloy here. As it turns out, we are literally making everything other than helium to get super alloy. Now, here's the problem with helium. When you first need helium to make your initial super alloy, you can't get it all that efficiently. You can't actually get it all that efficiently. So I have decided that in order to get the amount of super alloy that I need in order to make helium more efficiently, we are going to temporarily make our helium through the particle accelerator recipe. We are going to temporarily do this through the particle accelerator recipe. Now, this uses a lot of proton donors. It uses a lot of proton donors. And as soon as we make our first batch of helium, we'll have more than enough to make a bunch of super alloy. Note that it's 10 units of helium per 5 units of super alloy. One cycle of this makes 80 helium. So we have enough for 40 units of super alloy. Now, why do I need super alloy going into better helium? Well, it's because I now also have a blueprint. I now also have a blueprint for helium. Do I have it on me? No. I now have a helium setup blueprint. And we're going to have a look at this as we look at this and wait for the thingies. So this helium setup, it also has a super alloy next to it. It all fills into tanks. This actually produces like 50 units per second-ish of helium. About 50-ish units per second of helium that through this setup. What is this setup? This is liquid petroleum. So this is your petroleum gas into helium chain. This is the petroleum gas into helium chain. The issue with this chain is that in order to actually complete, no matter how you get your initial set of dry gas, I'll just call it dry gas. You get to a point where you get some sort of like dry gas. In order to further process it, you need a substance that will require you to process bacteria. You need to make bacteria, basically, to, like, finish the rest of the chain. Now, in order to make bacteria, bacteria is made in a gen lab, which, guess what, needs super alloy slash special small parts, which is also, you also need plankton, which, guess what? Uh, actually, you can make the, I can make the plankton now, but you also need, serine. You also need serine, which is made through the Kamauts enclosures, and guess what you need to make those? Assembling machine 3s. I think the Gen Lab is also assembling machine 3s, so you need assembling machine 3s, which will need special small parts, which needs thingies. Thingies. Yes, thingies. So, can't do that until you've actually got some, super alloy. Come on, just one more batch. Also, you may notice we now have efficiency module 2s. I also have speed module 2s, and I will eventually have productivity module 2s that I'm holding on to. So I've set up the module 2 production, and oh, it's just so sad that this has changed. So I really don't have any good reason to actually take these techs for the module 3s because I can't make them yet. Module 3s now need circuit 4s, which we are not anywhere near circuit 4s. Could you, like, please finish delivering? Oh, here we go. Here we go! We are making helium. Helium is being made, and once we make our helium, we will have our super alloy. Here it goes. Here it goes. Super alloy. And non-zero. Non-zero super alloy. Alright. That's nice. Non-zero of the super alloy. I am quite happy to have non-zero of the super alloy. Granted, this is not the permanent super alloy, but it is still super alloy nonetheless. Let's see. What now? As we chug. As the game chugs. I also have one other blueprint. So we have the blueprint that I can't really place for the helium. I also have an aerogel blueprint. Oh my goodness, it's aerogel. It's aerogel. And technically also carbon aerogel, but I'm not really making the carbon aerogel in this blueprint. So, yeah, I was like, hey, let's design something for aerogel, because that's going to be a very common ingredient going into Mark III buildings. We are almost ready or able to make Mark III stuff, and I need aerogel going into that. So, and I think none of this is new stuff, so I can just place this. I can just place this blueprint. And I wanted to place it with folks live rather than place it off screen, because this counts as something that is new. This counts as a new thing, and therefore it should be done on stream. Alright, so you are designed to be placed in a 2x2. I don't know if you can place everything. By default. Anyway, there we go. I don't know if they can place the stuff in the dead center, if there's anything they can't reach. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think my construction bots can place all of the things here. But that, yeah, that will be a bit of aerogel. A bit of aerogel. Not a, absolute ton of aerogel, but enough to, take us places. Take us wonderful places. Because aerogel... Aerogel. Mark 3s. More Mark 3s. Condo processors. Cough, cough. Special small parts. Hey. It's as if I'm starting to think about special small parts. Oh, yeah. So, the, special small parts, I guess, the icon is in the midst of changing. As is small parts. So, stuff's... Like, some icons are in the midst of being changed. What is this energy capacitor used for? Utility science! Oh boy. Oh boy. Circuit 4s. Circuit 4s for utility science? You're kidding me. What is... Oh hey, it's that bacteria again. Hyper-elastic material. Oh, nano-electrical mechanical systems. That's utility again. That's utility science again. Hello, Pyanodon. Welcome. How long am I streaming? The usual. 2.5 more hours? Ish. It's my usual from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. It is currently 10:38. By the way, Pyanodon, you broke your mod. You broke Pi Petroleum handling. I have been streaming for about half an hour already. Yeah, Pi Petroleum handling is borked. As has been reported. You just released a fix, okay. You just released a fix for your missized icon calls or something like that. Something along those lines. It was complaining about size 32 by 32 versus 64. Anyway, I've got non-zero super alloy. I've got non-zero super alloy, if I can remember where the hell I placed it. Here. Right here. Because I have everything to make super alloy, for the exception of helium. So it's like, well... Alright. Pyanodon, I designed a process to get helium. I designed a blueprint for helium. The unfortunate part is that I need special small parts / super alloy to actually build this blueprint. So here's my blueprint for like 50 per second helium. But all these buildings right here, like you need a gen lab for one, and you need the Kamauts enclosures. Both of those require assembling machine 3s. So you need super alloy to finish the chain, basically, from like the dry gas stream step and beyond. So this whole second half of helium processing is locked behind needing special small parts, basically, / needing super alloy. So, yeah. Have to get an initial supply of helium, and this is the easiest way. Particle acceleration is the easiest way, if not one of the most expensive ways of doing it. Easy but expensive. That is the thing. And you just barely missed me as I placed another blueprint this time, if I can actually remember where this one's been placed, right here, this one is my aerogel blueprint, because I have also designed an aerogel blueprint. This one is Mark II. I forget exactly what I set it to. It can also do carbon aerogel, but I don't have the glass for it, the pure quartz on the network. I can make the pure quartz to put it on the network just fine. Like, that's easy. That's the easy part. But yeah, I've got a couple of evaps. They're going to get productivity modules, and they're going to give me some glorious aerogel. Looks like it's already starting to move. We're already starting to move. Get our clear aerogel and all that good stuff. So this is about to get into non-zero amounts. That's moving now. Once it moves a little bit more, we'll start to see some of this. Actually, this one, if it moves this, it'll get taken and put into here. Alright, so yeah, this one's moving. Yeah, so, hey, it's our first aerogel. Acetone. Lots of acetone, yeah, gets used in this. My big block just to make the formaldehyde and the acetone for this process. My big block of tholins. Big block of tholins for acetone and formaldehyde going into this. For just a small amount of the aerogel in the end, but yeah, sort of need aerogel for the special small parts, which are... yeah. What's the goal for today? Well, the goal was to do super alloy, technically. But no, the goal is to get the special small parts to place down the helium blueprint that I have. Like, that's my goal. I want to place this and start producing the super alloy through this process, through the liquid petroleum process. So this is the liquefied petroleum gas chain, giving about 50-ish per second on the output of the helium. Way more than enough for a single building making the super alloy. But ultimately, I think I define this whole process as being cheaper for the production of the helium than spending basically 20 boron on it per cycle. So yeah, lots of stuff and things going on today. I need a building that will make me special small parts. One that is relatively close to Greece. Also preferably close to where I'm already making small parts. There's my advanced small parts. What did this used to be? Oh, so that's your new icon for small parts, apparently. Have you made one for the advanced? Yes, you have. Okay, that's different. Yeah, that's different. That's a little different. Whole bunch of random gear and, like, button type things versus whatever the hell these are. New icons are now only in the belts. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I need a building. A building. Somewhere near Greece, apparently, because you use Greece for this. One moment, please. So, these are special small parts, right? And super alloy? Yeah, I can make blue and beyond belts. I'll be able to make blue and beyond belts. Looks like I don't have the actual beyond besides the green ultrafast, if I so desired. So yeah, the other thing is I am now making direct reduction plants. Derps! I'm now making derps. We've got derps at this point in time. Glorious derps. They exist. And if I'm not mistaken, I could do this on the chromium chain right now. Well, there are specific chains that unlock direct reduction at blue and not at yellow science, and I think chromium is one of them. So I could go up and do reduction for chromium, but the problem with that is chromium is like really easy to get, and we've got tons of it. We're not lacking on the chromium. Also, we've got some phytoplankton farms made now, but I need assembling machine 3s in order to make the gen labs as well as the Kamalt's enclosures. So I need these two things, and I need super alloy to make the gen labs. Did you hear chromium is easy? Well, I've set up a lot, okay? I've already set up high-grade processing to get gold. Like, your gold processing will end up giving, like, you'll get a lot of chromium out of getting enough gold. Like, just setting up an initial gold production, you're going to have a lot of chromium. But bear in mind, I'm doing, like, 30 per second of chromium ground boring in total right now. I've got these 4 that apparently I am lacking something for. Drill heads, apparently. Somehow. Yeah, that would be why. So I'm letting this iron die. And then, of course, you know, chromium is sort of free without even using drilling fluid. The whole process, the rich dust thing into chromium is great, even with its nerf still. So, yeah, I've totally got a blueprint. If I really wanted more chromium, I could just do that and get lots of chromite sand. I've got a beaconed blueprint to do that. So I was going to be placing down a building for the stuff. Where do I have the grease line again? Where be my grease line? How did I route that? So my grease is up here. I don't want this building up here because I know that it's going to be used a lot. I would like to keep it relatively close to where it's going to be used. But I've got lots of grease. Lots of grease. Odd thing is that we're going to have our grease as well as lubricant needing to be used to get blue belts. You need both grease and lubricant for blue belts. That places it up there on this line. Along the copper. Yeah, I guess I could take it down somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. Bring our line down. Oop, that meets up with that. That doesn't need to exist at all. Alright, let's head on up. So, some of the announcements from earlier, starting off the stream today, just to reiterate some things. Now that folks have arrived. Thursday's Morrowind stream is on Halloween, clearly. Halloween is coming. My day later today is going to be carving pumpkins. I have a couple pumpkins to carve. But very importantly, also, I will be wearing a costume on the Thursday stream. I will very specifically be wearing my red panda kigurumi. That's what I will be wearing on the Thursday Morrowind stream. So you can look forward to that. Where did I even place these thingies? Right there. Here. My bros were pretty quick at placing stuff. / removing stuff, apparently. I think I'm okay with placing the thingy here. What else? Let's see. Do you get candies? Not really. Do remember that I'm on a ketogenic diet, low carb. I don't really eat the candy that we give out either. Somewhat sad. Somewhat sad, but, you know, I'll take losing nearly half my body weight to not have candy. Well, the issue is, if I do eat candy, I basically am saying to my body, hey, for the next 2 weeks, you don't get to do any weight loss whatsoever while you try to get back into ketosis. That's what cheating on a ketogenic diet does, as well as, you know, gives you the chance of also experiencing flu-like symptoms during that 2-week period. So yeah, I would rather not. Eating carbs when you're in ketosis can literally make you feel sick. It can literally make you feel sick for a while if you're trying to get back into ketosis. So, yep, that's the thing. What was I looking at over here? Do I want to lose even more? Well, I still need to, yes. I have another... in order to get my BMI to a normal range, I still have some more weight to go. I'm still overweight. Let's see here. Yeah, I need to actually do stuff. Yeah, that's great. You there. You are going to be special small parts. And you're going to exist right there. I should have literally all of these things. To some extent. Some to greater extents than others. But I have all of these things. What is not being delivered of all of these things? Flat out rubber. So of all of these things, the one thing that I don't currently have enough of on my network is just flat rubber. Okay. That's an easy enough fix. Like, that's super simple. Now I know my streaming time is mostly Europeans, so if I do, like, say my weight, it's going to be in pounds, not kilos. Well, the thing about the way that I'm doing the rubber now is that it's all going into the rubber belt. So what I have to do is I have to do this. Ah, it's because of that. And say priority right, priority right. Make sure you feed this preferentially and just put excess in. You know what? You are actually going to prioritize left and fill the box first. That'll actually keep that moving again. I may want another one of these 2x2s. Not here. I think I may want to do the actual kimberlite processing here, but these pipes are like awful. Like, if they were over a mil, if they're like 2+ mil each, that would be a heck of a lot better. Like here, these pipes are a lot better. Mark III when? Soon. Actually soon. Why do you think I'm doing the special small parts now? Because that's the ubiquitous ingredient that's remaining for Mark III stuff, and then it's a whole bunch of random crap in addition to set up the Mark III. Yeah, I will not be painting everything blue. I do not have anywhere near the output capacity for that. I have nowhere near the production capabilities to do any of that. I will paint my stuff blue never. For one, because I don't really need blue belts anywhere at this point in time. I do have circuit 3s, but I do not have a consistently good supply of circuit 3s. So my circuit 3s are here. I've got this. This is circuit 3s. They're like still waiting on productivity modules, and as I get productivity module 2s, I'm going to be replacing these module 1s with module 2s because they're already at their crafting speed minus 80% limit, so that just is a flat upgrade going from the level 1 to the level 2 productivity modules. They can't get any slower. Oh, look at that. That straight up looks like a heap of garbage. Welcome, small parts. Yeah, that is a very random assortment of things. That is a very random assortment of random things. Hello, small parts. That is different. That is different. Definitely low tech. Definitely low tech. Just random smatterings of stuff. Like here, have random smatterings of stuff to feed small parts into stuff. Metal scrap, yeah. Pretty much, that's what that looks like on the belt. How about the, how's about the advanced ones? Over here. What do these guys look like if you place them? Oops, wrong key. Slightly better random assortment of things. Making good use of that new sprite randomization stuff from the ores. We have like data disks in here now. Okay, now we should have small parts, special small parts being produced. Get those non-zeros ready. Hey! Non-zero special small parts. I need a, I need an output. Yay. Special small parts. The randomness. The randomness on the special small parts. We've got, like, plastic plugs. Okay. These are like plastic things. Little gear type things. Yeah. Lots of randoms. Randos. Yep. So, special small parts. That's that. That is literally that. Welcome. Welcome special small parts to this beautiful, wonderful base. Grease tubes and bearings, alright. So that is a key ingredient to Mark III stuff. Now, the issue with the Mark III stuff is that they require these things like heavy fermion material and superconductors. Like heavy fermion and superconductors and diamagnetic and harmonic absorbers. You know, basically stuff that you're going to probably be making on the path into Circuit 4s. If I would have to hazard a guess, it would be that if I make all of these things to do all of the Mark III buildings, I'll pretty much have everything I need to make the Circuit 4s, right? And or utility science. Like, I'm pretty sure that that would be the design principle going into Circuit 4s. Like blue science, yeah. It's like by the time you have made the stuff to make your things here, you'll have that science. Yeah, so now here's the thing. I have heat exchangers. I'm pretty sure. I have plenty of those. Diamagnetic, heavy fermion. Diamagnetic and heavy fermion. I have literally all the other things. So, and biopolymer too. Superconducting magnet units. Have that, have that, have that, have that. Have that, have that, have that. That. So just biopolymer and superconducting magnetic units. Yeah, when we actually look at this, do you guys know if Bob's modules can be used with PyMods as is without any compatibility? Bob's modules, yes, you can absolutely add Bob's modules to the Pi suite without needing a compatibility patch. The issue if you do that, though, is not incompatibility, it's the fact that Bob's modules require gold to start using. Because you need gold for the contacts. So in order to actually make the Bob's modules, you need to have gold, and the earliest you're going to see gold is particle acceleration. So while they are extremely powerful / overpowered, you're not going to be able to actually use them until around this point in the game that I'm at now. Like, you're not really going to be able to use them until you're at, like, purple science type level. So, if you need them sooner, Uh, just bear that in mind. They do require gold. Just bear in mind that the Bob's modules require gold, and good luck doing everything without modules to this point, basically. But yes, absolutely, the Bob's modules and the Bob's beacons are fully compatible. Absolutely fully compatible. You are solid seps? Why do I not have, like, the solid sep 3 here? You are heavy fermion, superconductors, and everything else I have. So let me just make a note here. Heavy fermion, superconductor, I saw biopolymer. I saw biopolymer. You are rare earth magnets. REM. Harmonic absorber. I'm getting the feeling that I'm also going to be able to make utility science by the time I have all of the stuff for all of these Mark III buildings. Which, yeah, utility science, that's circuit 4s. Or at least, yeah, I'll have all of the things to make the circuit 4s, and then I'll have all of the base stuff to make the stuff for the utility science. Of which circuit 4 is one of those. So that'll be great going into our late game here. Yes, got the super alloy, got the harmonic, or don't have the harmonic, or the heavy fermion, or the rare earth magnets yet. That's, I'm just, like, looking at various Mark III buildings to see what the commonalities are. I need to actually do this at my production line up here, because these are all the Pi high-tech stuff, or yeah, whatever, the this fusion energy stuff. These. Yes, I'm going from using the big buildings to using the small buildings. Because the speed doesn't matter. Speed does not matter. 3. 3. 3. 3. 3. See, that's where I missed the GPUs a while back. See, that's the GPU. Superconducting magnetic unit. Okay. Superconducting magnetic unit. SCMU. Did you actually name this SCMU? You named it SC-unit. Okay. Biopolymer. Okay, carbon aerogel. Yeah, that's another thing that... Yeah, SC-unit. You are the mixers. You have phosphate glass, which I already have. Again, with the harmonic absorbers. Lots of harmonic absorbers. You are those. You are... Yep. Heavy fermion rare earth magnets. I think that it's... that we're all covered now, potentially. Superconductor. Yeah, I've got that noted. As well as the heavy fermion. Actually learning the icons now while doing this. Graphene I have. Biopolymer is on my list. Carbon nanotubes. That's a new one. That's a new one. You are... that chromium cobalt alloy. Oh boy. Something tells me that that's actually a requirement for some of this other stuff that we're making. paramagnetic material. So this guy's a bit different. The Centrifugal Pan Mark III is a bit different from the others. It has 2 different items from the others. Ah, the automated screener 3s. Okay, here's the thing. Here's an issue. How the hell could I guess that you named this NEMS? How the hell could I guess that you named this NEMS? Okay, this is utility science. I thought that maybe this was one of the things that actually needed intelligent units. It does not. So, fine. But it's like, oh hey, this is a thing that's used directly in utility science. This one I know is in utility science. I see this one everywhere. I see this everywhere. And this is, oh hey, it's carbon nanotubes. And nano wires. More gold. More gold. Resilin. Yeah, I'll have to start making that too. Another thing to take aerogel. Zinc nano compound is new here, as is the alien bacteria. So, yeah, nano, electrical, mechanical systems, NEMS. Pumps! How about pumps? What do the pumps look like? Pumps look like just add superconducting magnetic units. That's all these look like. By the way, wrong! 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 This one doesn't take any. So, pressure pumps. Pressure pumps don't take any circuits. Pressure pumps don't take any circuits. The pressure pump 2s take circuit 1s, and the 3s take circuit 2s. And the 4s will take circuit 3s. Let's see, and then you are biopolymer and carbide. And I've already got all that stuff. All that stuff is marked. Any other random stuff, like completely random stuff that I don't have marked that I'm not making? Do I have tank 7000L on my network? I do not have 7000L. Alright, well that's easy enough. You with these. Make me the 7000L tank, please. Because I have all that stuff. Limit that. Alright, how about you? Yeah, I've got those noted. I think we're good. Oh right! So, speaking of non-zero stuff, we got Mark III combustion turbines now. Time to celebrate. Celebrate the Mark III combustion turbines. Must celebrate the Mark III combustion turbines. With the addition of special small parts, we now have the glorious Mark III combustion turbines. I need, like, a lot of them, though, before I can really think about upgrading stuff. Before I can really think about upgrading stuff, I will need tons. Tons and tons and tons. Yeah, that's like one of those, oh yeah moments. We've got these. Hello, Frostfire official. I have stuff now. Let's see, and I'm just taking an inventory. Volumetric energy capacitor, that's new. Volumetric energy capacitor. VEC. Volumetric capacitor. I'm just taking stock of things like the biopolymer, the paramagnetics, and the volumetric energy capacitor. Just stuff I know that I don't currently have. Because I've just started making special small parts with the very low amount of super alloy that I currently have. Primarily, it is being... My super alloy is currently bottlenecked by my ability to produce helium. That is my current super alloy bottleneck. Once I am able to make better helium... That's a lot of ingredients to make one thing. Yeah. Welcome to Mark 3. Welcome to Mark 3 stuff. It will be another matter entirely once we get access to Mark 4 stuff. Speaking of access to Mark 4 stuff, when does that happen? When do I like actually unlock Mark 4 stuff? Oh, hey, there's the oh yeah. So, I need like all of this. I need, like, all of this stuff. So that's going to be the next tech. As soon as these productivity module 3s start moving. That will be the next tech. Welcome to that you only spent a few hours in Factorio. Yeah, so... Let's put it this way. Pyanodon's mods are the most complex overhaul of Factorio that currently exists. It is the top tier difficulty that you can get in Factorio right now. More than any other set of mods, and when it's operating by itself is harder than even when it's combined with other overhauls. It is more difficult when played by itself. So, yeah, just... Not only lots of things, but lots of things to make the lots of things. And it's designed to be at least somewhat similar to actual real-life processes. Yeah, so... No longer do you do furnace array stuff after, like, the incredible early game. After the incredible early game, you get access to more complex processes. Now, fortunately, because we know how hard this set is, I have been making a tutorial series for Pyanodon's mods. So, I even have, like, an early game... It's basically a walkthrough to get up to your first red science. Everything is an accomplishment. Everything is an accomplishment, but you need to think in a very specific way. You need to take things in a very methodical way if you want to actually progress to any extent in Pyanodon's mods. You have to take a very systematic, methodical approach, take lots of notes, write things down, use very good helper mods, like Actual Craft Time, which recently has changed. By the way, Actual Craft Time went through a code refactor and is now applying mining productivity bonuses to every single recipe ever. But I fixed that for my current copy, so these are accurate values. So these are accurate values, and I posted in the mods portal page how to fix that. But yeah, you know, just by default, it's applying mining productivity bonuses to literally every single recipe that exists. So, yeah, anyway. We are in the process. We are pretty late in the game at the moment. Getting into what would be considered the late game. The only thing you want to do right now is win a game with the enemies on. I highly suggest otherwise. Just because fighters, while they offer a decent enough challenge to get through the early game, once you have defenses established, proper defenses established, they no longer become a threat, they become a nuisance. They become a tedious task to deal with on your path of expansion, and they no longer become any fun to deal with. And the decision to play with biters impacts the entirety of the game, and you're going to spend most of your time in the state where they are just tedious, and not in the state where they are any amount of challenge or possess any level of enjoyment to play with. So my suggestion has always been and always will be, do not play with biters. I am definitely not playing with biters on this playthrough. You know, in terms of scale with this base, I was mid-game. Like, this scale is like mid-game scale for me. But I'm doing things a little bit unorthodox. I'm doing things in a little bit of an unorthodox manner. Thus why this stream series is called Pyanodon's Off the Rails. We're being a little bit unorthodox here. In that I'm trying to obtain my raw resources from nothingness, or from water, essentially. That's essentially everything that can possibly be obtained by water, which is everything except rare earth ore, essentially. Every necessary item to complete the game, with key exception of rare earth ore, which cannot be obtained in this way, can be obtained by water, via water. So, I am making an exception for phosphates, because that's just too much of a pain in the rear end to do without actually mining it, as well as the necessary task of not being able to get rare earth stuff without mining it. But pretty much every resource in this game, in the Pyanodon's mod suite, you can get without mining it. But it comes at the cost of immense amounts of space to do that. You spend space to do that, and yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing, and also, in the quite literal sense of this series being called Off the Rails, I don't have a single unit of rail in my entire base. Hello, Callie. So yeah, I don't have a single unit of rail in the entire base. That's, like, in the very literal sense, why we're called Off the Rails, is because we don't have rails, and nor do I plan to have rails. And then, also, we're playing unorthodoxly. And then there's the whole play on the pluralization of Pyanodons. It can be interpreted as Pyanodon is off the rails. So, yeah, that's layers of depth to the name of this series. Let's figure out what the heck I want to do next. So, because I need to actually figure out what I want to do next. Have we made stuff? How many hours have I spent in Factorio? 1,403. Apparently. Yes, the number here is the current value of the current map. This is the most time I've spent on any one map, ever. This is also the first time that I have ever made it this far in a Pyanodon's game. And this is the most time I have ever spent on one single player game ever. And there are people with over 10,000 hours. Actually, I think there are people with over 20,000 hours in this game, or 30,000 hours. So, yeah. By comparison, like, there are people who, like, who talk about people with 1,000 hours as, like, noobs at the game for only spending 1,000 hours in the game. It's like, okay, you've just started. You have just started playing. So, yeah, yeah. So everything that was, like, past, like, green science, I think, like, literally everything beyond this point, oh, hey, there's the new lab instruments. Okay. That's the new lab instruments. That looks fine. I like that. Nice clean lines on them. Are those, like, old computers? Old, like, desktop computers and various different science machines? Bioscience machines? Yeah, so everything past this, which is green science, so the bus up to that point, green science, everything beyond that was brand new to me. Completely brand new to me. Everything that came after green science, completely fresh, brand new, blind. And I've learned as I've gone. So, yeah, just taking things systematically. And I am apparently, like, one of the only people, or one of the first, if only people, who has on screen gone through with the current full mod set of Pyanodons through Circuit 2s, for one, let alone have done this on screen, recorded, all the way up through Purple Science and now going into Circuit 3s and Super Alloy. So it's like, very few people have ever gotten to this point. Full stop, period. Even fewer have ever recorded doing it. So, yeah. That's a thing. I have tutorials that I am currently making on my YouTube channel. If you would like to learn yourself how to get further into Pyanodon's mods, because most people stop prior to Circuit 2s. Most people, like, get Circuit 1s, are like, I did it! And they stop. Because they look at Circuit 2s and they faint when they look at Circuit 2s. And what's involved in making Circuit 2s. Once it hits them, the work involved in making Circuit 2s, they're out. Gone. Out of here. No matter how they felt about themselves making the Circuit 1s, they look at Circuit 2s and they're like, nope! They just nope on out. What do you need for Circuit 2s? So, this is Circuit 2s, right here. Equivalent of Vanilla's red circuits, right? Vanilla's red circuits. So, green science the whole way, all the way up to this. And you need these to get blue science. So, from here, la dee 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 da, dee 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 doo, all the way down. You know, all the way down to here. Here. So, everything between green science down here and Circuit 2's up here. All of this. All of this. All of this. Yeah. Plus a whole bunch of new ore processing of zinc and nickel and rare earth out here. Getting stainless steel from Aramid. Aramid here, stainless steel. That's Circuit 2s, in a nutshell. If you follow my tutorial series, I have been breaking down the entire process. So, I have covered the ore processing that you need to get done to get to here, and I have today's tutorial is going to be rare earth processing. So, from here we go into the actual things you need to make Circuit 2s, starting with optical fiber, which is down somewhere here. This stuff right here, optical fiber. This starts about here with these guys, technically, but there's also a whole chain going into this blue stuff here of nylon, but there'll be a tutorial that'll be like just this chunk. There'll be a tutorial that'll be like this chunk here, these silicon wafers down into the stuff to make them. So it's modularized. It looks like a lot, but it's actually just a bunch of smaller chains that add up to be a lot. So as long as you note down what needs to get done when, it's just the time is just making it, physically making it. Anyway, I came down here because I was looking at, or I wanted to look at my production of a set of very specific buildings that exist right over here. How are these doing? Huh, apparently I have 8 of those now. Alright. You need speed modules. Module 1s. You've apparently gotten a couple. And you just need those. You just need those. So I need these 2 buildings to be built. So, yeah, so what I'm trying to work on today is having the special small parts that I'm currently making, as well as the super alloy, accruing slowly but surely, making these buildings, the Gen Lab and the Kamauts enclosure, because I need these buildings, as well as bioreactors, which I apparently need some more super alloy. Why am I not getting more super alloy? That is a good question. But I always lose track. It exists here. What are you... Are you missing anything? No, you're not missing anything other than just you need more helium, which means needing more of... Oh! Duh! I need to do this. I forgot how to particle accelerate. I forgot how to particle accelerate for a moment there. 9 viewers, wow. That is a few on that counter. Hello, all the folks. Literally all the folks. Welcome to the Sunday stream of Factorio's Pyanodon's Off the Rails. We're just having a decent time, having lots of discussions, and I am apparently forgetting how to properly particle accelerate for stuff. I don't think I need to do this anymore. You can go away. You can stop. I don't need you. Yeah, I don't need you consuming my proton donors, because I actually have the consistent supply at this point of gold. I will keep doing this for the uranium, though. I need the uranium. Just like I need the diamonds, but I do think I'm going to make an exception with diamonds and actually do this ye old-fashioned way at some point. I will always be spending proton donors on molybdenum. That's on molybdenum plates. I will always be doing this. I want to look at and figure out vanadium. I want to figure out vanadium. I don't want to particle accelerate vanadium forever, even if it may be the best way. The most convenient way to make the vanadium. I want to figure out the actual vanadium way. Even though I know what that entails. Even though I know what that somewhat entails. I would like to figure that out. Where even am I going? Here. Oddly enough, I have never played Minecraft. I do not even own Minecraft. Never did anything with Minecraft. Take the thing. There we go. Yeah, now you're moving. Now you're able to move beautifully. And we can make more. Make more. That's all I needed to do up there, by the way, is just make sure that that was moving. Need the helium. All of the helium. So that I can make buildings that'll give me more helium. Particle acceleration, or accelerators, are like a physics thing. They're usually like gigantic, like multiple cities scale, built underground. And the whole point is literally to slam items into each other. Make them go really, really fast and smash things. Smash particles into each other. That's what they're for. Physics! Experiments. That's what they're meant for in real life. Here they're just a little bit smaller than that. And they're used to convert things into other things. They are slightly cheaty, in a sense, but, hey, whatever works. Whatever works. Speed module 1s, right. I was going to take the module 2s that I have, find things that are using module 1s like you, and replace them so I can actually get some of these module 1s out. I mean, what's even the point? I'm bottlenecked here on that. Like, excuse me. Alright, take my module 1s. Make things! Beautiful! As much as I want to, like, really use these, because they have 4 slots for modules, like, as much as I would love to use these, as much as I would love to use them, I sort of need the other buildings that these make. Now, you need how many? 2, and you need 2. Alright, well, so much for that. Take the thing. Also, get rid of that. Here, have, who needs circuit 2s? You apparently need more special small parts. Alright. Well, I can use this. Use these, circuit 2s that I've been holding on to. Also, I don't need any of this stuff. Take that away. As well as those. I can use these to make some additional, glorious speed module 1s. Put that there. Yeah, I'm going to stop that for now. And let them consume these speed modules for other things. I've got, like... Yeah, I need, like, over 700 for construction requests of these. alone, of these alone, let alone the ones that I need to use consistently now. So I need more circuit 2s. Like, that's number one top priority, I think, at the moment, is I need more circuit 2s. Now, one way that I can get more circuit 2s is I can... Let's see, this is productivity 4 versus, I think, 6? Yeah, 6 versus 4. So I can increase by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I can get another 12% productivity bonus just by upgrading each of these to level 2 modules from 1. So right now that's at 24. I can add another 12 to that to make it 36 and increase my output even more. For free. Completely for free. Nothing else needed, because it won't impact the crafting speed any more than it already is. So that's just a flat plus 4% that I just got out of this. Yeah, just a flat plus 4. So, yeah, we'll, I think I'll try to upgrade my stuff here. Yeah, take, no, not those. Take these and upgrade them for me. Now, it is 4 productivity module 1s per module 2. Just to bear that in mind. That you need lots of these module 1s to do this upgrade. So, gonna let this guy do its business. Place that there. I think I want to give you, like, speed or something at some point. Here, do that. Yeah, you can make the thing. What can I do? What else can I do? Not much, really. Because I still need more circuit 2s. Nice to see that they've got the circuit 3s. I'm just very, very, very limited by circuit 2s right now. That's like a huge bottleneck in my system, is the amount of circuit 2s that I have. Yeah, so that by itself is like increasing the amount by a little bit of my circuit board 2s on the output, so excellent. Glad to see that, but I need more machines as well. I just need more machines, but you can sort of tell on these last steps here. So circuit 2s, I know I like showed the whole thing going all the way down, but in terms of actually scaling up of stuff, really it only exists like all the way down to about here-ish. Like, it's only really from here up. And the stuff to make that, which is like here. So yeah, like right around here-ish, and then we've got the stuff that goes into the PCB2s, so by comparison, not all that bad, especially when I can upgrade mark levels here for some stuff to make it go faster, and that will help a lot. 0.3 on the PCB2s is apparently a lot more than enough. That's not where my bottleneck lies. It's all about improving bottlenecks. That's all. That's it. That's all to help with scaling here, because every single step along this chain uses productivity. It's like, oh, great, lots of productivity. Yeah, so I'm using hardly even half. I'm hardly even using half of my current PCB2 production, so I don't need more. If I were to scale this, I could double this. And be basically okay. It would be a new bottleneck, but I would basically be okay there on that front. But we can see that I'm not actually... These aren't all running all at once. because of two things. We've got microchips and we've got resistor 2s are bottlenecked. Resistor 2s are bottlenecked because of Cermet coming in. And then the microchips, I think, is also Cermet. It's P-dope silicon. Okay, P-dope silicon. Make sure that I prioritize feeding these the P-dope silicon. That would be ideal. P-doped and heavy N? Or light N? P-doped and light N. Okay, what is limiting P-doped and light N? Oh. That's the heavy N. The light N... Oh, I apparently don't have enough silicon wafers. Apparently, I don't have enough silicon wafers. Why do I not have enough silicon wafers? You know, I apparently don't have aramid, enough aramid coming in. Why? Question mark? Okay. Ah! Stainless steel. Stainless steel. Time to use that new recipe. Actually, I was looking at the other aramid recipe, and as it turns out, yes! I would like to use the other recipe for aramid. Yeah, I was actually looking at the aramid recipe. Oh, wait, no, what is missing? Aluminium? No, it's got the aluminium, it's got sodium hydroxide, it's got molybdenum. Titanium? Hold up. When did you add this oh, there's the thing. Yeah, there's titanium. I'm like, wait a minute. Where is this titanium? I have titanium. I have titanium. Why? No, 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 no. No, no, nope, 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 nope. We're doing high-grade titanium processing. I will not accept the fact that I am bottlenecked on titanium anywhere when I have... How many full chests? How many full chests here? I have lots of full chests here, full of titanium. There is no excuse. No excuse for this to be a bottleneck. You. All of it. All of the time. We're going on a ride. Like, we are going on a long walk. Time for a long walk down the bus. But yes, I do want to do that other recipe for the aramid, because it has a much better output on it. However, it would help if our current aramid recipe was actually processing at its maximum efficiency. So we're going to take care of that. I don't actually need to run down the entirety of the bus. I only need to run down to the point where I have the existing line coming in, which is right here. And actually, what I'm going to do is... this. Now it's all going to come down there. Yeah, it's highly convenient that the belts can just be swapped in place. Like, you can use the R key to actually rotate any unit of belt. Just hit R. And you will rotate the belt without even having to do a placement. It's highly convenient, that. So, ideally... Oh. Oh, no, I think I did that on purpose. Hold up, I did that on purpose. I absolutely did that on purpose. Yeah, that's purposeful. Because I'm doing the same thing with iron. I am doing the exact same thing with iron, so I have that titanium that's now coming down the pipe. The belt. But, yeah, iron, I'm not getting iron here, because I have it being produced via high grade, being loaded into a shed slash big storage thing, and then unloaded. This, by the way, prevents needing to use balancers, belt balancers. The outputs are inherently balanced, no matter how many outputs you have there. Yeah. So that will help. That will use, like, all of my robots, by the way. Lots of them. Because they have a bit of a flight. It's a bit of a flight. Have you made another one? No, you are waiting still on special small parts. Now, what is the bottleneck here on these special small parts? Or is it just that a whole bunch of things are requesting special small parts and it's trying to fill those requests? Where the heck did I do this again? Over here. To my left. To my left. This away. This is the way. I think. There. Down. I have to remember it's with my lubricant. It's with my lube! You. Ah! Glass fibers. That would be at my circuit 3s. Here. Yeah, it would help if I was making a bit more. Like, just to have. So that is refined syngas, huh? I would like to have more just to have. That should work. And then what do you request? Stuff I have. Stuff I have lots of. So that's fine. And that is extra glass fibers to have on the network to use for this. This actually uses 5 per second. Wow. Oh, if only we could do productivity modules on our intermediates that are made in pipe petroleum handling. Oh, there's all my Mark II bots. Hello, Mark II bots. Taking titanium down. Say hello to the flow of titanium. Yes, cough cough, Pyanodon. Would really appreciate productivity on small parts, advanced small parts, and special small parts. They are intermediates. Intermediates should take productivity. But literally nothing in pipe petroleum handling can take productivity modules. None of the recipes in pipe petroleum handling have productivity. Not even bolts. Not even bolts. Bolts need it. All 3 small parts need it. Rubber needs it. carbon black needs it as well for the rubber. Outside of that, yes, belt. The belt should also have it. Especially since you nerfed the belt to be 2 rubber per belt instead of 2 belts per rubber. Like, that alone was bad enough. Productivity would just help slightly offset that. Slightly offset that. And it changes numbers all the way around. You can't do productivity on a lot of the gas type things. Or you shouldn't do productivity on a lot of the gas and fluid type things in here. Never a good idea to do productivity on anything involving fluids. Cough, cough. But, you know, it might be good to have productivity availability on the, you know, Guargum. Guargum would be nice. Guargum would be very nice. Hello, kitty. Welcome. Welcome, as you hop up and immediately just start staring at the lap. Yeah, you're gonna say hi. Say hello. Hello, Cole. Yeah, hello, Kitty Cole. How you doing? Huh? How you doing? He wants lap. That's all he wants. Just sit in lap and be happy. And be happy. Cole. K-O-L-E. For Cole. Just like the name with the C, except it's K instead of C. Let's see. I have... Like, I'm pretty sure I have heat exchangers somewhere up here for use as other things. With other things. Yeah, right here. I've been making these, like, forever. Or had these made, like, forever. Yeah. So those will be ingredients for stuff. Say hello to all of my glorious stuff here. Yeah, I think I'm getting more than 15 per second coming into this chest. Which was the plan. Okay. Last hour of the stream today. How's this doing? We're spending a lot of time just waiting around for stuff to happen today, which is rather unfortunate, but I need small parts. Basically, that is required. I just need the small parts. I need more circuit 2s. I'm figuring out better, like, on-network circuit 2s, but that will take some time for the on-network circuit 2s. Maybe we'll get this tech today. Maybe at some point we'll get this tech today. By the way, Pyanodon, if you watched my last stream, or the stream that you had commented, like, is your tech stopped? And I was like, no, it's just really slow. Actually, it was stopped on that day because of the recipe for this stuff was changed. It's treated wood now for this. It was something else, but it's treated wood now. It was epoxy. It was epoxy plus the Nexlet plates, plus the boric acid and vacuum. And then it got changed to treated wood. So I no longer had any of this, and therefore my purple science broke. So that's moving at this point, but that's just that was a thing that happened. Now, I'm coming out here because I was going to look at this. See that this is... Oh. You know, it would help if I would have actually copied the, thingies. This is why I go out and I check these things. This is why I go out and check these things. Always check things. Don't just assume things are moving. There we go. Now you should start operating. Yep. That's fine. I will take that. I shall take that. It slows it down a little bit, but that's okay. Hmm. As long as we have some for cheaper. Now, most of the time, if you've put in the request for items while the machine is at its full speed and then place in the productivity modules, that, generally speaking, should take into account flight times of the robots a little bit better, so I'm not going to bother, like, increasing the request counts there. For that, they'll just do their thing. Okay, let's have a look at what we need for some of these Mark III things basically just while we wait. Like, what do I need to set up to make all these things? And can I make some of these things at the moment? Because some of these things I need another tech for. So, some of these things I need another tech for, some of these things we already have. And yet others requires more stuff. More stuff! So let's have a look here at the volumetric energy capacitor. Let's start with you. I can apparently make you. You will need lithium chloride. That is new. Everything else I have. Excellent. This is in a nano assembler. How about the lithium chloride? Now, I've definitely got this. Like, this I have. So, lithium chloride, yeah, that's just fine. And that's in mixers. So, that I can basically just plop and start making. Like, I can pretty much just plop this down wherever I've got some hydrogen chloride hanging out doing basically nothing, and get this. But a pull on rare earth oxides. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, right. I've, like, not... We've done all of these things. We've done all of these things. Like, to-do list, yeah, I haven't paid attention to that in, like, forever. It's like, I've done all these things. They've been done for quite some time. That is a lot of fluids. Let's see. CRC... It's CRCO, but yeah. Chromium cobalt alloy. I can make this if I had tailings dust on my network. So that's Advanced Foundry. Advanced Foundry needs tailings dust. Various ways of getting tailings dust, including doing, well, tailings to tailings dust, but also stone to tar. This, I think, will be primary, and then also you get a little bit of tailings dust out of the raw Nexlet stuff, so maybe I'll just go here and put that on the network. Wait a minute. Hold up. Non-zero bioreactors. We've got bioreactors now. So I have Nexlet being produced up here. Yeah, right up here. And... which step was that again? The first step? The very first step? This step. Yeah, this is just sending it literally to pasture. This is literally sending it to pasture. So what you're going to do is you're going to output priority into a provider chest, and that's going to be the a source of tailings dust for us. Yes, lots of non-zero stuff today. Lots of things getting non-zero amounts today. Such was the implication of the previous stream, basically where we started making the Circuit 3s. And can I just say, I'm so happy. So happy to have exoskeletons now. Like, so very happy to have the power armor giving me the extra line of stuff. More inventory space, all that good, beautiful things. All those beautiful things. Oh, hello. Iron ore dust has ended up in here somehow. Alright. So yeah, that's basically something for tailings dust, which means I can now go to a source of petroleum gas. CRCO. I can go to a petroleum gas line and just place down an advanced foundry, and then boom, we have chromium cobalt alloy. Alright, where's my petroleum gas? Good question. Where do I have petroleum gas that is available and, like, moving and I can use? Well, actually, down here. Right over here is some consistent-ish petroleum gas, as well as some olefins. Right around here. Say hello to petroleum gas. It is generally being used to make some sulfur. I've got like hundreds of thousands of units of sulfur. Actual hundreds of thousands of units of sulfur. So yeah. Alright. You shall live somewhere down here. Not right there, but right there. Yeah, fine, whatever. Oh, I also need this stuff. Add a source of refined syngas. Oh, you make heavy fermium as well. 70% uranium powder! Oh boy. That will be fun. That's gonna be fun. That's, yeah, 70% U powder. Yeah, that's a thing. And then the rare earth magnets requiring rare earth powder. I'm making the rare earth tin alloy. I'm not making the magnets yet. Oh joy. Oh joy. So yeah, that's advanced foundry. That's advanced foundry. Requires RE powder. But yeah, this is going to make the stuff here. Do that thing. Do that thing. And do... that thing, and do... that thing, and that thing. All the dust. All the things, all the stuff, and all this other crap. Alright. Welcome, stuff. So that'll be non-zero chromium cobalt alloy. What is that even used for? CRCO, Kirko, 2 Mark III things, and paradiamatic resistors. Paradiamatic resistors, and then this is space science. So this thing is space science. This thing is circuit 4s. Hey, look at that. Circuit 4s. Wow, that's just this? That's new? And I have all this. I have all this. And then this is also used in those. So... Well, there's one thing. There's one thing for the circuit 4s that's basically accounted for at this point. Yeah, just waiting on those fuel rods and the tailings dust. Enough tailings dust. Now just waiting on the fuel rods, which should be arriving relatively shortly. Relatively shortly. I'm keeping a close eye on those fuel rods. I am not making fuel rods out of uranium, for reference. That is a terrible idea to make Mark 1 fuel rods out of uranium. You need your You need your uranium for other things. Alright, there we go. We're moving. And there's the non-zero on the chromium cobalt alloy. Yep, CrCO alloy. Non-zero there. That was easy enough, so I've now got that, so I can mark that off the list, take that away. Let's see here. Superconductor. Can I make you? Yes, I can. Silver zinc alloy, rare earth magnet. Alright, well then. That's going to need a source of refined syngas. AGZN alloy. ADV foundry. This one's in assembling machines. And then that's going to need refined syngas source. Let's see, REM. And then superconductor substrate. That's another new thing. So this stuff. Oh hey, it's that magnetic unit. It's the SCMU. Oh joy. So Neo TI, I have SCMU. And REMs, more REMs. MSA? Oh boy. More MSA. More MSA here. Oh joy. Yeah, because right now I'm only using that for PCB 3s. It'll be used in PCB 4s and this stuff. Oh joy. Oh bliss. But this stuff is only used in superconductors, so I need to bear that in mind. Alright, well let's look at this. Oh wait, what was the building here? Oh, PCB factory. Alright, so that's the PCB factory. You there. SCMUs. You are involved in fusion, as well as lots of other Mark III things. And this stuff for space science and Mark IVs. Alright, you need Mali, deposited vanadium, circuit 2s, and liquid nitrogen. Alright. Sure. Deposited vanadium core. And this is in assembling machines. Deposited vanadium, magnetic cores. Now, these, I think, yeah, I'm making these to make high flux cores. So this is just another thing in a nano machine to make nano assemblers, excuse me. And that's going to need magnetic cores, and I'm already making those for the stuff. And then, of course, vanadium oxide. So that's that chain. Yeah, that's that chain. I think I can make SCMUs right now, as long as I have the nano assemblers, which I definitely know that I do. Somewhere. Let's just request those, or better yet, look on the map. See that they are there. See that they are right here. So just do this then. Plop. Plop. What was that icon again? This icon? That. You. Oh, you need liquid nitrogen as well. Alright. I have a source of that. I can do the thing whenever, but yeah, so that's fine. That is fine. I don't know if I have the stuff, though, available, magnetic cores on the network. So how are we doing over here? Returning to these guys for a moment. We've got them. Non-zero Kameltz enclosures and non-zero Gen Labs. So we now have the things that I need in order to actually make better helium. Better helium. Yes, better helium through the power of petroleum. It's better helium. I probably want to do this out here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Somewhere close to this source of petroleum. Is that a 1x1? Yeah, that's a 1x1. I need a spot that is about 2x2. I guess I can do it here? That works, right? I can put it there, and I can just pipe the stuffs. I can pipe the stuffs. Kitty, you're very hot. You know that? Kitty Cole, you're very hot. You've been on the lap this whole time. Just relaxing. Just relaxing the entire time. Okay, let's take this, bring it, like, over, or something. Something not there. How am I gonna get over there? This way, up, over, up. Oh. Walking into a thing. Come on. My UPS is not cooperating. Glorious frames. I need more frames. Must have more frames. I apparently skipped a frame. Skipped frames. Yeah. Oh, hello, stuff. Welcome, stuff. All the beautiful Mark II bots. Oh yeah, I need gasoline too. Yeah, my sweet. I need gasoline. I should not have done that. Or should I? Yeah, I need gasoline on more than one spot. Well, let's go grab gasoline. Honestly, the gasoline is, like, somewhat close by. Where are you? Oh, gasoline, wherefore art thou? No, seriously, wherefore art thou? There. Thou art here. I need to get here. Hmm. This line? Run this down. So much better with, you know, speed. Wait a minute. Huh? Oh. That's the one that I've just ran. Yeah, right there, please. There we go. Gasoline has occurred. Alright, seriously, Kitty, you've gotta go. Kitty's gotta go. Off the lap, please. You're way too hot. You're way too hot. Yeah, you're looking at me, all disappointed, big wide eyes, like, what the hell did you just do to me? What in the world did you just do to me? Well, you need to move, so I moved you. As simple as that. So, things. Please tell me I actually have the things. I should. Yeah, I should have... Oh, right, that's what I don't have. Blood meal! That's what I don't have. On the network, anyway. Fiber board. I should have fiber board on the network, and I have plenty of thingies. Now, I know we've got about half an hour left in the stream, but unfortunately, I think as I go to set up this blood meal, I'm going to have to take a bit of a break. A bit of a brief break. Go to the bathroom. Sort of has... It happens, right? So, we're going to take a brief break. I'm going to go to this screen, and we are going to take our break. I will be back shortly. And I have returned from the break as we go into our final half an hour of the stream. Maybe now that I'm not so distracted by pain, we can actually get some more stuff done. And I can actually, you know, start talking a little bit more. So, let's actually talk about this thing here, this blueprinted thing here, and why this works. What it does, why does it work? So here, first step is taking petroleum gas plus gasoline and turning it into liquefied petroleum gas. That is step one. and I'm not doing the closed water loop here, because we will be using a bit of productivity at some point in the future. From here, we add activated carbon to the liquefied petroleum gas and make some gas stream plus aromatics. Gas stream plus aromatics. We then are venting our aromatics, or not venting our aromatics. Does that vent? Or is that just going to accrue? That accrues. Alright, well, that means I just need one of you instead. Yeah, that just means I need a thingy there instead. Then we have to take some glorious filtration media to filter that gas stream into dry gas, or into dry gas stream. Oh yeah, lots of nickel gets used up there. Lots of it. And then here's the pain point. This is why I needed these things set up. Yes, all of the nickel, because they're delivering to my new location on the thingy there. You. So this step, taking the dry gas stream and making it into high purified gas, yeah, this will require this stuff called ethanolamine. And this stuff needs methyl acrylate and alien bacteria. Methyl acrylate, well, this is methanol and sulfuric acid, both of which I have to frickin' route in still. Alright, we've got sulfuric acid and methanol as the next two pipes that need to come in to feed this. But the alien bacteria, it's made in Gen Labs, which have the Mark IV purple, by the way, on these Gen Labs. They take optical sets, Faugy substrate, Nextlit plate, all the good things. They're apparently delivering the sets still. But they also take this stuff called phytoplankton. Phytoplankton being a fluid, oddly enough, and those get made in phytoplankton farms. Now, this building requires assembling machine 3s, which was problematic because you need the super alloy for that. Because you need it for the special small parts to make the assembling machine 3s. These, well, this is just water and grade 1 tin, so that's fine, and we should have some grade 1 tin. Some grade 1 tin at some point. Now, it also takes serine, which comes from these guys, Kamalt's enclosures, which again, same thing, needed assembling machine 3s to make these. So, and then these, of course, these need to be fed rations, and that requires blood meal. So we need to get a better supply of blood meal, which blood meal... Is it made in anything special? It's made in evaporators, so I will... I have evaporators, good. So, nearby... Here's why I laugh about the blood meal. There's only really one use for blood right now, and that is to make blood meal. And wouldn't you know it, but I've got about 1 million units of blood just stored right now. Yes, there's a good reason why I said right now, is because I know it's going to change in alien life. So I've got, like, 700 or 974,000 units of blood just hanging out, doing nothing. So let's make blood meal. One of these machines is very slow. Okay, that's my answer. One machine is super slow. Yeah, I want this moved. Like this, I guess. Power that. Power these. Put, I'll put the chest on the other side. Now, I should absolutely have... Yeah, I have like 15,500 units of fiberboard just stored, ready to go. So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that I can make blood meal. Lots of blood meal. Lots and lots and lots of blood meal. I mean, it's not like I'm doing 62 Mark II buildings. At least, no, more than that. 83 Mark II factories making up to 470 blood per second. I mean, it'd be crazy to do something like 83 automated factories making over 400, close to 500 units of blood per second. Cough. Cough. I have 93, actually. I'm making, yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's not like I have 180 zip years. I mean, it's not like I have 180 artificial reefs doing much of anything. Not even half of them are working. More coffee. So there's blood meal. I need sulfuric acid and methanol. Hey, look, it's methanol. Like, oh hey, it's methanol. Welcome, please, I need you. It's just a convenient source of methanol right there that I can just bring right on down to where I need it. Down we go. We're going to see this today. I've got 20 more minutes and we are almost done. And ready to go. Okay, you... Aww! Really? Oh, don't you hate when that happens? Don't you just hate when that happens? There we go. Yes, really. Yes, really. Hello, Immortal. Welcome to the stupidity that will soon be my liquefied petroleum gas helium setup. Now, I'll note that I already have some non-zero amounts of super alloy because you need it to even make bioreactors and, well, you need it to make the, Gen Labs and the Kamals. I think also bioreactors, so yeah! Had to do some non-zero stuff there, which, yeah, I'm gonna have to transfer away from that soon. You are set to deliver. Good. Deliver all of it. Like, all of it. Like, all of these things. Yeah, there. It's moved. It's moving. My first Serene. We can see what they actually look like now. They're Pyanodon's calling these guys land shrimp. Yeah, I guess. I can see that. Land shrimp. Definitely arthropods, though. They look very much like arthropods. Not as much the crustacean. It's alien life, man! What is that? Yes, alien. It's aliens. It's aliens. Yeah. Yeah, mortal. Pyanodon's been here the whole time. Hey, it's our first alien bacteria. We've got some of the phytoplankton, it seems. The first alien bacteria that will go in and feed into this eventually. What about you? You need the sulfuric acid still. What am I going to do about sulfuric acid over here? HE as in helium. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Helium finally. How much? 40. Less than 40. Alright. That's... Yeah. One of these is fine. One of these will work. Excuse me. Aww. Figures. That means I didn't even need that. Anyway. Hallelujah. The stuff and the things. There we go. Make more. I've got all the stuff. Bring it. I've got 48,000 units of sulfur. Bring me sulfur. Bring me all of my sulfur. I've got 48 grand. 48 grand of the stuff just hanging out. Need more T1 tin. Or G1 tin, I should say. Must get more G1 tin. Oh, you made a thing. You made a thing! Excellent. And all of that just to get this to process the dry gas into high purified. And then from here, the high purified will go into this machine, which will turn it into rich gas, a tiny insignificant amount of ethanol that I'm not going to do anything with besides vent it, and helium rich gas. Now, helium rich gas is sort of like a skip further down the line. The next steps are to process the rich gas into helium rich gas. They get processed in these compressors with gasoline into liquid-rich gas. Into liquid-rich gas. The liquid-rich gas gets processed into helium-rich gas, so add up the two to then get into this step, which adds even more gasoline to convert it into purier helium gas, and then doing purier helium gas with hydrogen, glorious hydrogen, will give you wonderful and beautiful helium. Speaking of which, where's my hydrogen? Did I not include that in the blueprint? Did we not include that in the blueprint? I did not include that in the blueprint. What am I doing? Why did I not include a glorious electrolyzer in my blueprint? Like, that makes no sense. I guess it just didn't get caught. That is not a lot. No, purier is not a word. Purier is not an English word, as far as I'm aware. Definitely not one that I've ever seen in the entirety of my existence. Let's look it up. Purier. Purier is a natural toy cleaner. A kitchen washer cleaner. Yeah, oh, okay. Fruit and vegetable cleansing. Yeah! It's also apparently a name. It's apparently a family name as well. Purier. The Purier family. Hey look, it's Helium. Oh look, it's Helium. Oh look, it's super alloy made out of our helium that was made out of petroleum gas. Yeah! Helium. Helium-4, to be precise. Now, tell me, is this... How does this chain rate in terms of all the ways of getting helium? Because I know the way that you intend to normally get the small amount of helium that you need to get the amount of stuff here to make these things, to progress to this. Because you have to do it for the circuit 3s. It doesn't matter, but who. But yeah, like, you're intended to do this, and then continue from this cold, clean air to get your initial helium. Slash process calcinets, right? To get like initial trace amounts of helium to feed into the initial supply of the stuffs. Yes, of the stuffs. Where did I place the stuffs? Where did I do that again? Here. 3 ways. I picked the petroleum gas. Yes, because there's a lot of petroleum gas. Outside of the cold, clean air process, what is the other thingy? That is the only thing. So, helium. If we look at helium, there is dry gas stream. That's the whole air way. Yeah, they all converge at some point. Regolites, petroleum gas, and thin air. So, yeah, that's the other thing. Apparently, regolite is the best way, but you also have to mine regolite. So, eh? You have to mine regolites. Yeah, because it comes out of the calcinets, regolite, dust, powder, crushed, rock, crushed, powdered dust, calcinets, giving you 4 dry gas stream, air, stone, gravel, petroleum gas, regolites. Alright. Because you get the dry gas stream here, I guess. But then you have to do something with the calcinets, which you then separate. That's the only thing you can do with the actual calcinets from the stuff. Although it makes sense, you get limestone. And it's a chance of getting these too. 40% chance, 30% chance, 30% chance on all these out of 20 calcinets. Okay. But yeah, either way, the dust will furnace into 4 dry gas stream, which is where everything converges, is at the dry gas stream step, after which point you need this stuff, the ethanolamine, to process dry gas stream into high purified. So once... Oh, and these things are making noises. These things are making noises. Weird, strange noises. I can hear them because I'm standing right next to the machine. But yeah, helium! That's the thing. So I dodged the air for helium. I dodged air on helium just because I have the ability to do the particle accelerated helium, so I did the particle accelerated helium pretty much. Where was that again? I keep losing track. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I was very, very, very young when that show existed to any degree. So yeah, I don't need this. Period. Like, it can die. So initially, before you get the ethanolamine, or the ability to make the ethanolamine, because that will require super alloy. In order to get your initial supplies of super alloy, you have 2 options for helium. Air and particle acceleration. It's just air or particle acceleration to get enough of the helium out of it. To get the initial set, to get you the ethanolamine, to do whatever option you want after that. However you want to get it after getting the ethanolamine should be fine. And since I have infinite supplies of petroleum gas, and there aren't infinite supplies of regolites. Like, regolites do not exist in infinite amounts. So instead of doing the regolite processing, I will continue with just the petroleum gas. And when this eventually starts operating at max capacity, when this eventually starts operating fully to its full potential, as in both of these buildings get placed at some point, and like all the various productivity module things get placed in here, this ends up making like 50 some odd units per second of helium, which is definitely more than enough for a single super alloy machine. Definitely more than enough for a single super alloy machine, and I've got so much now. Plenty of super alloys being made now, so I'm not going to be limited by that anytime soon. The question is, am I going to be limited by anything on my special small parts, which exist here? Not really. Not particularly limited, I think. Although it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Because the thingy is sort of off the screen. Like, the tooltip is, like, beyond the screen. Oh, Immortal's just complaining so that you don't have to do things, yeah, in the least efficient way. This happens to be the, this is the, uh, oil processing argument. This is the oil processing argument. For reference, Pyanodon, you know, the whole arguments about, them changing how oil is processed in the base game, vanilla? Yeah, this is that same argument just being applied to your helium chain. He wants to be able to set up something that you can add to, and not something that you just completely replace. Because you're not going to be doing the air helium processing beyond what you need, and you're not going to be doing the particle accelerator recipe beyond that initial amount that you need to make those specific machines, so that you can kickstart a better system. It's like, well, why should you do that when you should just be making the beginnings of what your final system would be? Of which there's a few options there. There's a few options there. A is byproduct, like a single unit per second of helium, like in the production, like anything that ends with producing dry gas stream, have like 1 unit per second helium. Or 1 unit per cycle of helium with dry gas stream. That's one option, so that even if you have to like vent dry gas stream for a little bit, that gives you your baseline setup to give you a little bit of that helium, so that you can get the helium for the super alloy to set up your ethanolamine, so that you can then continue the chain once you have the ethanolamine to something better. That's one way. Just one way. It's just trying to avoid having to tweak and do several different chains, basically. Doing several different methods of trying to do the same thing over time. Really, I don't particularly care either way, but I'm looking at the time, and I see that it is that time to end things off for the day. Of course, this would be... Wow, that is a lot of super alloy that you're holding on to there. Maybe don't hold on to that much. I would rather this super alloy and these special small parts actually be used in a lot of things. Not just there. Give me, like, the one stack. There. There. Now, take take the things, put it in like a chest. There. Do the stuff. So, what did we get done today? Lots of things are now existing in non-zero amounts, particularly super alloy and special small parts exist in non-zero amounts. Yes, too much super alloy. It's too much being requested in that one chest. Like, it's not that it's too much super alloy, it's that it's too much being requested by one chest and having it just sit around doing nothing. Just like you should not be requesting that many Circuit 3s. Like, that should not be requesting that many Circuit 3s for my derps. For my derps! My derps should not be using that many Circuit 3s. Speaking of which, this does not use Circuit 3s. That uses Circuit 1s. Circuit 1, Circuit 1. No additional circuits outside of the Circuit 1s involved in the assembling machine 2s. But it does use super alloy and special small parts and stainless steel. Interesting. I'll leave it at interesting, to say the least. Don't touch it. Hard enough as it is. It is difficult. Oh, right. Yeah, I'll do that off screen. So remember I was saying that I had a bit of a bottleneck on producing wafers a little bit ago. I'll take care of that. I have it on my network. So with that, yeah, we're making super alloy. We're making helium now. What I wanted to do was I wanted to set this up today. We've got helium. We've got glorious super alloy with plenty of helium, a lot more helium than we even need at this point in the game. We've got aerogel. Aerogel is being made now. It is being made here. We now have aerogel being made. Have a nice big container of aerogel being made. So, got lots of that coming. Lots, as in 2 Mark II machines of it. What else? I guess by very nature of things, I should also mention that I set up somewhere here. We are ground boring molybdenum. We are now ground boring molybdenum. This was done off screen. I set up a blueprint to process molybdenum into molybdenum trioxide. So now we have some molybdenum trioxide. That is what's going to be fed into the super alloy. So congratulations. There we go. There's the ground bored molybdenum with the drilling fluid 3. You want to show me a power idea? Alright, you can show me a power idea. Speaking of a power idea, I've sort of got access to these things now. I have 6 made of the Mark III turbines. Mark III turbines exist now, so I can start upgrading my stuff to use Mark III turbines. And get even more potential power out of everything. So, yeah, all of that has happened. Lots of stuff is now non-zero, and we're sort of now in the process of figuring out how to make various things for Mark III buildings, which in the process of making those things will also give us a lot of the stuff that is involved in making Circuit 4s, as well as going into utility science. So, stuff that'll be used to make Circuit 4s, and stuff that'll be used to make utility science, which includes Circuit 4s, by the way. So we're making things like, you know, the chromium cobalt alloy. Yeah, that stuff's being made now. among others. Among others, this vanadium's... Oh, hey, it happened! we did the thing. Yeah, I need this tech now because I'm going to need this stuff. This stuff also as soon as I hit those intelligent units. As soon as I hit those circuit fours. Oh boy, that's yeah. Because in the process of getting to circuit fours, I'm going to be getting the superconductor servo mechanisms, the paramagnetic material, the harmonic absorbers, and the diamagnetic material. Like, I'm pretty sure that in the process of intelligent units and utility science, I'll be getting the access to that stuff. Superconductor servo mechanisms. Requiring nano-electromechanical systems, which is an ingredient in utility science. Yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. We're going to get that tech next. Again, thank you all for watching. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. As well as head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can follow me on Twitter at OtakuShowboat. Visit my website at otakushowboat.com. Become a patron on Patreon at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. As well as join my Discord, the link to which is in the description below the video. And if you're watching on Twitch, you can do !Discord to get that information. And I hope to see you all on the next stream. I do not stream on YouTube. I can't actually do dual streaming on YouTube because I am a Twitch affiliate now, so that is out the window. I just don't feel like doing streaming on YouTube, straight up. So anyway, I will be back with more of this Factorio playthrough on Tuesday, and Thursday, being Halloween, I will be playing the usual Morrowind playthrough, and I will be wearing my red panda Kigurumi outfit on that day as the costume for Halloween. So I hope to see you all in the coming streams.